Welcome back to Black Skies Reviews. In this review, we're going to be taking a look at the new Joytoy officially licensed Warhammer 40k Chaos Space Marines Black Legion Chaos Terminator Bathalorr. This is one killer 1/18 scale action figure. This is a box that it comes in. At the top, we have the Joytoy and the Warhammer logos. Age recommendations 15 and above. These are for adult collectibles. In the middle, we have the beautiful artwork. Looks fantastic. And we have the logo Warhammer at the bottom, as long as the name of this character. Top of the box for the Warhammer 40k logo. And the same for the bottom of the box. On this side, we have the Warhammer logo at the top, the name of this figure, and the copyright below. If you want to pause and read that, you can. On this side of the box, we have company information, product information, age recommendation, recyclable symbols, and we have a UPC. On the back of the box, we have some product shots, contents, a little bit of information there. Looks pretty awesome. Here's what it looks like inside the clamshell. Packaged really nicely. Okay, here's the trading card he comes with. Looks pretty awesome on the front here. There's the back of it. Most of it's in Chinese. Just his name's in English and the Warhammer logo at the top. Well, here is Bathalorr outside of the packaging, and I'm going to say this guy's a beast. He's definitely well over a pound of plastic, solid. Looks incredible. First impressions has to be the helmet. It captured my eyes as soon as I took him out of the box, and I'm telling you guys, wow, it is really cool. We'll be taking a look at here shortly, and doing some other nice things with this figure, so stay tuned with me. So here he is, looking awesome. Alright, so let's start off with taking a look at how awesome the aesthetics and sculpt work is on this figure. Look at that head sculpt. This looks evil. And let's start up top here. He has those fence posts with those skulls. Just rammed down through the fence posts. It's like 3 human skulls. Sculpting is great. The paint looks fantastic. And here on the back we have an Ultramarine that's been defeated by Bathalorr, and he's keeping his helmet or head inside, possibly as a tribute to his victims. Cracks. See the rough material on the skulls throughout. Those fence posts look evil. Spears maybe. Very cool. Top of his head. I should say top of the body. He's massive. Very cool. There's a pauldron here. We have the Chaos Legion's logo. We have some white fangs with this very thick gold trim around it. It's very cool. This pauldron has a yellow eye, some more of those white fangs, and that gold trim. Incredible. So moving down the body here, we can see on the stomach he has another eye and a gold plate. Here on his belt we have that evil skull. He's actually tied it through the eye holes. It's pretty killer. Wow, that's awesome. So here on this arm, you can see he has some chainmail coming underneath that pauldron. Not much to see on the gauntlet. We do have a little trim there with a little spike, gold around the top. There's another look at that skull and a bone that's tied beside him. We have a hip plate here, trimmed in gold. The front here we have a vinyl red cloth chainmail underneath of it, all vinyl, very stiff. Oops. And then we have the, like a hair maybe, some hair. That's pretty insane. Chainmail on this side. Gauntlets. This hand is huge. No articulation in his hand. Nicely sculpted. There's his plate on the top. Some of those fence posts or spikes But over here, he has this piece here painted in gold and the hose that goes around to the back of his arm there. It's pretty nice. So down on his legs, we have this amazing looking skull done in gold. And this piece spear here done in gold. And throughout the side, we have those teeth or claws, maybe. It could be claws. One on that side also. Here we have that claw or tooth. Very cool. Now underneath here you can see it looks like he has some kind of braces for his legs. You can see on this side here under that part. You see more of that on the back of the figure, but that's definitely still in the front too. So actually that aesthetic goes all the way around. So here's the back of the figure. It has these vents done in gunmetal. It's like some of them have like points on them. 2 silver circles there. Here's backside plate. And there's those braces I was talking about. It's pretty cool. Maybe they're pistons. It's just some silver here and here. Maybe they'll help him walk. Maybe he's been beat down so bad and they just, you know, added some mechanical parts to help him walk. I don't know. If you guys do know, comment down below. Share with us all if you know the backstory of all these different type of aesthetics here. But he looks amazing. Very cool. See if we can get he's a big boy. Some nice look at this guy so you can see all the cool stuff he has. That's the top of it to see if we can get a better angle. Some of those skulls, some of his aesthetics. These are awesome. This is really, you know, that Terminator, this is really metal. This is awesome. That hand is massive compared to his little hand. Very nice. Very cool. The bottom of his feet, 2 peg holes. So, alright, so we will try to take a look at his articulation. He's a big boy and there's a lot going on here. He's probably going to be hindered a good bit, but let's check it out and see what he gives us. Okay, guess we'll start with his head. He's inside this package. There's like this dome. It's hard to turn it, but you can get, you know, side to side on him pretty good. He can look down, back, and then you have the rotation 360. You know, about there. I mean, it gets stuck because this isn't really any room for him to go 360. You could get it if you wanted to for whatever reason that would be, but it's very difficult because of the lack of the room in that little housing where his head is. But that's a great head sculpt. I love that mask. He's like a Scorpion ninja mask or Sub-Zero, maybe even a Bane from the movie. These pauldrons are on their own little ball joint. They move around. They do have their butterfly joints here and here, so you can bring those in, pop those out, give you some more extra space for that articulation. So we'll pop those back in. Let's see here, he has soft ratcheting joints for his arms, 360 all the way around. Pretty cool. There's a rotation under this pauldron here. You can get this entire 360 right there if you would like. Check out that extra sculpt in there and see that. Then you got the double jointed elbows. Let's see if we can get him. Get you about right there. Then he has the newer wrist because you have the down and up and in and out and all around 360 if you want that. Pretty cool. Standard for what we're used to seeing. His big hand, same for the heads up 360 there, but that hose is going to really get in the way. But you can do it because it's attached to the arm. Bendable elbow, pretty nice. There's no articulation in the wrist. There's no finger articulation or anything like that. We do have 360 swivel at the waist here, but there's a lot going on. I'm not going to do it because I just don't want to cause any breakage or anything. But if you can see clearly that it will spin 360. We have thigh rotation. We have double jointed knees for the big guy. We have ankle to pivot down, a little up because of his shin guard there. Tail articulation up. Get the rocker side to side. And you're not going to get into a 360 unless you really force it. You could get it, it's there, the joints are there, it's just not accessible. For whatever reason, not, but just because of his size. But he is pretty cool. Definitely has a huge presence on your shelf. Let's go ahead and take a look at his weapon, and we'll save the best for last, which is his helmet. It's a very unique weapon. We have a single-handled weapon here, and it's like we have two guns mounted together. Double barrel. Here's the top of it. It's the side. Now we have the screaming skull, some gold trim here. We can see the shells here. We'll draw out on the side, draw out barrels partially, and so far in depth. On this side, screaming skull. We have a little bit longer of ammo belt here. Now it's interesting. I'm trying to figure out how this gun would even work, because he has one handle to fire this thing, but it looks like he has to load each barrel individually for here and here. I always think, well, maybe it goes fed through and then it goes through both guns, but then this gun would probably fire all the shells before this one would get it. But then we have two different lengths of bullets here, so, but we have one handle. So, I mean, if you'd be firing this, it's probably have to fire at the same time, not, individual basis, but why would this be longer than that one, I don't know. It's definitely a interesting, something to think about on how this gun would function. So let me know in the comments what you guys think, how this thing would work in real life with one trigger and two breeches to load, two ammo belts, and they're different lengths. They have to be simultaneously fire rate. Why would this be shorter now? I'm not sure. But this is a cool gun nonetheless for, like a sci-fi gun, obviously, but looks really nice. I do like it very much. So let's see, well, he can get him to hold it. Now he has very stiff hands, so I might have to do this off camera. Yeah. So let me get that in his hand, and I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. So recommendations, very careful with the hands. Don't put too much stress on the joints, obviously, because Joytoy are known for broken joints. The hands are stiff. They should be a little softer plastic, but if you're careful, you can get it in there, no problem. As you can see, the finger goes into the trigger space, very nicely. He can hold it. The joints are tolerant enough to where it's perfectly balanced weapon. It's very cool. That looks fantastic. The detail of that gun is amazing. Very, very nice. You can bring it up if you would like. As much as I've been fiddling with this figure, nothing's fallen off, so that's another plus for this guy. Straight out. No problem. Very, very cool. Now, let's get to my favorite part. I think these guys look amazing with their facial sculpt, but their helmets are absolutely killer. And here it is. This is wild. We have that evil red eyes, that amazing sculpt for the helmet, silver there on the front. These things are long. I can't even tell you how long these are. These are huge. We have the black that goes into the white, that goes into the gold spikes on the end. I mean, just how big those are for that gun. Don't have a tape measure with me right now, but man, those things are huge. He can definitely do some penetrating in through his enemy's stomach or whatever. Wow. This is just it goes onto the pig that's currently holding the head. There's no over the head option for this. You have to remove the head, which is more likely going to be extremely difficult, especially for the space. And getting that to sit in that it's definitely going to be hard. So I'm going to do it off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I want to show you guys this on camera just because this is one of the problems with the Terminators. This is my only issue is getting this. So you see the ball bell joint in there. Now these helmets are amazing, but just look how tight. You guys can see how tight that is. So getting that back far enough to get that sit over there can be quite a challenge sometimes. And to hit that joint, man, that's a pain. Sometimes I just want to like flush up against the housing here, but if you play with it long enough, you eventually get it. But it is definitely one of the most annoying things to deal with. But just look at this dude. Wow, those horns that come out the bottom of his chin looks amazing. There's not going to be any articulation in the helmet version because you might get a little bit movement once you get the head to sit on that bald bell joint. But it looks incredible. I mean, having this guy just on your shelf for one thing is just, it's going to have a massive presence if someone walks into your collection room like, wow, what is that? So I brought me a 118 scale clone trooper, and just to show you some comparisons of how big this guy is. One of the cool things I wanted to show off, I'm not sure if the helmet's seated properly yet, but he may fall off. But if he was fighting a clone army, and he could, look how much space, he could just stab this guy and hold him, you know, in his spears and continue blasting away at his teammates. He can just stab people with these things. You can see, actually see how long those are. That's incredible. That mask is awesome. Very cool. Okay, that's it for the accessories. He only comes with the gun and the alternate, well, it shouldn't be alternate head, like the mask, basically, what you see in front of you. There's not a lot of accessories, but man, these have a presence. These figures cost around $65 to $85 on an average. So they're a little expensive figures. So look around, try to get the best deal if you want to add into your collection. It's my best recommendation. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. If you did, please subscribe, like and share the video, comment down below. I really enjoy reading your opinions and your questions. So let me know if you have any questions. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you in our next review.